What's up, everybody? We're back. Sorry we took a little bit of a hiatus for finals week. We're both college kids, so it's
Yeah.
been tough. But welcome back. This is our fourth and long shots episode for this week.
hmm
Hope everybody has a happy Christmas or whatever you celebrate this week. But if you want to get right into it, I think we should get into our Smash Bets segment here. So, Bobby, you want to go first?
Sure. So, two of my plays are actually for games tonight. Obviously, if you see this in advance, that will be the case. I mean, I guess going back at our last couple, we may have discussed from earlier in the month, or a couple weeks ago when we first did this.
Mm,
You knocked out that Bills Patriots game and the Colts game.
I did. I did. I went 2 for 3. Uh, the under on the poverty game didn't exactly hit though, so unfortunately, I went
Right.
2 for 3.
I don't remember if we discussed these or not. And then I missed my backdoor on Houston and the Saints, but I killed that Bama pick.
Yep, yeah.
So I guess I'll go into my first pick tonight. So I'm all over the place. I like college basketball. So I got a big shootout game tonight, and I'm shocked this number's not like 150 or something like that. But I got Auburn and Murray State over 147. They're like both top 10 in pace in the country. I think this is almost free money at this point,
I thought that was
truthfully.
the case with the under on OKC in Houston, so we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
but we'll see. I mean, these are two of the highest paced teams in the country, two of the best 3-point shooting teams in college basketball. Murray State's they've already upset Memphis on the road. Auburn looks like a legit team. I'm kind of pissed that they're not going to be able to play in the tournament next couple of years because Bruce Pearl's got a good little squad there. And that one dude's going to be like a top. I can't think of his name at the top of my head. Jabari Smith. He's going to be like a top 5 pick. So
Hmm.
they're pretty legit.
Yeah.
Um,
So you got
go
the
to yours.
under 147?
No, over.
Over. So you got the over
Yes.
147 at what, negative
Yep.
110?
Yeah, I'm on 110.
Minus 110. All
Yep.
right, so I'm going to take the Bengals minus 2.5 at home against the Ravens. It's also minus 110 for the odds. Honestly, I think Cincinnati's probably going to get in a back on the right track. I think they're going to win this game, but the Ravens just look kind of weak right now. I mean, they're banged up. Lamar is not fully healthy.
I know.
It's a good recipe for the Bengals to pull this out, especially at home. So I
Can
like
I?
them. I like them to
Can
cover
I?
the spread too.
Can I add Ravens plus 2.5 to mine? I don't know. I like
Really?
this number. I like this number for the
Wow.
Ravens. I know,
Wow.
and this bit me in the butt last time.
I
Especially
know. I
this
know.
exact number bit me in the butt last time.
Wow. You talking
But
about a field
I
goal?
don't. I am. I like. I just trust the better coach in this situation, and they're probably getting Lamar back.
Yeah, but he's not going to be fully healthy. I mean,
No, but
I like Burrow
maybe I don't know.
because I mean the Ravens secondary is just it is
It is
horrible
banged
right
up. I
now.
just don't know if I
And
just don't know if I trust Zach Taylor.
wow. Well, I mean, yeah, that's understandable.
Harbaugh. I mean, we've seen what Harbaugh does. He does almost more with less than just about
Part of the
anyone in the
reason I
NFL.
chose
So,
this too is because we really like as a Browns fan, we really need the Bengals to win this week. So
well, do we?
I don't think it really matters that much,
Yeah, I
but
don't know. We're split
we
with them, and I
the
don't
thing is
know.
that we play the Bengals later in the season, so it'd be easier to make up that game if the Bengals
Correct.
had won.
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
yeah,
I don't know who winning and who losing helps more. I don't know.
it's
I don't
a
know.
cluster right now in the AFC, especially in the
Yeah.
North. Anybody can win the division still.
So this one, I'll go my next pick, and I'm looking at the website I like to use. I got it at a pick 'em. I've seen them as a 1 point favorite. Either way, I like them
Yeah, it's basically
almost.
a pick 'em.
I like them up to a point and a half, 2 points. I like the Cardinals. This is to
I like the
me
Colts.
the ultimate buy low on the Cardinals. They just got embarrassed by Detroit. Jesus, horrible, abysmal game. DeAndre Hopkins is out again. Defense looked bad. They just were not ready, and part of me feels like they were looking too far ahead into this game, and they've slipped in the standings. They're now the 4th seed in the NFC, and then the Colts just beat the
The Patriots.
Patriots. Saturday night national TV game. We're gonna get another national TV game. I think everyone's gonna be all over the Colts. I love the Colts. I love
I
Carson Wentz. I love Jonathan Taylor. I love Frank Reich. I love what they do. I think this is a smash spot for the Cardinals. I don't think the Colts are gonna be able to match up with Carson.
I'm
Or
going.
excuse me,
I'm going with the
Kyler's.
runner-up MVP, Jonathan Taylor. I would take the Colts in this situation. That's just me.
And
Um,
this game is
it's in
in
Arizona.
uh in Glendale,
I like
Scottsdale.
the Colts, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm taking just the angle of getting embarrassed by a dog shit team as a big favorite
Yeah,
to now being a slight favorite. They might. I mean, this line might end up moving to a Colts. Colts is a favorite here by the end of the week, so that's
who
why I'm kind
knows?
of waiting
Yeah.
on it. But I might take it at a, I might take it at a pick 'em. We'll see. We'll see.
Now, one line I was actually really surprised about: the Rams only are giving up 3 points against the Vikings. I'm taking that one. Um,
In Minnesota,
it's in Minnesota, but the Rams just came off probably one of their. I mean, it was an ugly game in the first half, but they showed signs of life, I should say, in the
what
second
was the
half, and they
score of
pulled it
that
out.
game?
It was like 20-10, I'm pretty sure, against Seattle. I mean, it was a
Um,
brutal game in the first half. I think it was like 3-0 or something. It was pretty bad.
yeah,
But they pulled it
yeah, it was
out.
22.
Yeah, I think the Rams are playing good football right now. They have a good head coach. They have a good quarterback, good
The Vikings
defense.
secondary is dog shit.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Um,
it should be a
and
big Cooper Cup,
Cooper
OBJ kind of
Cup,
day.
OBJ, Van Jefferson. I wouldn't be surprised to see Van Jefferson catch a long touchdown. Um,
Yeah,
but I really like the
but
Rams here -3.
it's just like it's like a perfect line because like I
I
mean
wouldn't be
Dalvin Cook
surprised if
gets
it
it all.
pushes. To be honest with you, if it
Yeah,
pushes, I
that's what
mean,
I'm thinking. Like that's what I would think might
last
be.
second field goal. You know,
Yeah,
who knows?
because I mean, if Dalvin gets going, Kirk's still playing well. Justin Jefferson is, I mean,
Yeah,
quite
don't get me
possibly
wrong.
the
They
best.
have weapons. I
Like,
mean,
like he's just quite possibly might be the best receiver in the NFL now. I don't even. It's insane what he's been
yeah,
doing.
I just still
The,
put
at
him
the
behind Adams and Hill
at the consistency he's been doing, I know it's just he's
and Cup.
insane. He has more yards than anybody in the league since last year. So that's just a little food for thought. Little food for thought there.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it.
Okay.
And then I got another one for tonight because call me biased. I'm riding the wagon.
You ride the wagon.
Cavs
Best team against the
Cavs plus
spread.
6.5. We are the I'm just we're a fucking dog, 6.5 points. Um I don't know exactly who's out. I don't really care
Who
who's
are we
out
playing
because
tonight?
Boston.
Lost.
Boston.
Why are we 6 point underdogs, 6.5
Trash.
against Boston?
Trash. I don't even know who's out for
Aren't we like
us.
above them in the power rankings? That makes zero sense.
We're the third seed in the East right now.
Yeah.
Boston's dog trash. Like they're terrible, and I'm just give me the
I
Cavs
mean,
and
they
the
got
points.
Jason Tatum, but other than that, I mean, who they got?
Dude, I'm not worried. We're pretty much the best defensive team in the league. Damn
Like we're
near. I
huge. Like that's the thing about the
we have
Cavs too. Is like we have a
we
huge lineup.
like. It's hard for me to believe that the Cavs could potentially like make the finals, but like, call me a homer. I think there's a path.
I think we're a year or two away from that, but it's
There's a
nice.
there's
It's
a
nice
path
to see that we can succeed without a
because
star player. You know what I mean.
we match up with Milwaukee very good. And granted, Milwaukee's been hurt, and I think they're probably the
Plus
best
they
team
have
in the East
Giannis too. So I
healthy.
mean, plus
Well, right,
they
and
do have
he
Giannis.
can do anything at will. But like we
Exactly.
have the length to match up with. I mean, with Mobley, Allen, Laurie. I mean, we just Okoro's great on defense.
Rubio's
Darius
putting in some
Garland.
solid minutes too. Like he's
Ruby's been phenomenal. Darius Garland's been so good, like
Mhm.
19-8 or something. Just give me the Cavs. Let me ride the wagon.
All
We're not
right.
even if we lose, we're covering
Yeah.
that. I don't
And then
care. It's too many points.
for my last pick in the Smash picks, I'm betting on the Christmas game, so I got the Browns and the Packers. I got over 44.5. I think we're finally gonna see the shootout that we wanted from the Browns. I think they're actually gonna put up some points. I don't know if we're gonna win, um, but I think they're viewing this as like a bonus game essentially because we don't need to win this game to win the division, believe it or not. But if we do,
No, but it helps.
if we, yes, it definitely helps. And if we do win this game, I almost like our chances to win the division because I don't see us losing those last two games. I mean, to be honest with you, I just don't.
I don't know. I just don't
Anything
know.
can
We're a
happen.
mess.
Yeah, anything can happen. But and of course the Packers are going to score points. I mean, that's if you think about it. If it's an even pick 'em, that's 22 points per team. With one person winning by one. I like the line. I think it's gonna hit the over.
I think you believe in our offense too much. Betting aside, I
Hey,
think you believe in our offense too much.
Packers could put up 45 by themselves. You never know.
It's true.
They're probably one of the best offenses in the league.
Yeah, our linebacking core is bad, and we just
Yeah,
lost Tack. Not that he was a huge loss,
he was
but
given some solid minutes though. He really was.
it still helps. I mean, having a guy like that can sub in for Clowney and Miles when
Tell you
needed.
what, we need to get those O
I mean,
line. We need to get the O line in check. That was horrible. Chubb had
um,
no room the entire game on Sunday. It was or on Monday. It was bad until the second half.
yeah. I mean, part of that is just not practicing and everything for the week. There, I don't know. This is just a shit show of a game to
It
begin
was just
with, but
not fun to watch. Yeah, but
no, it was. Regardless, we'll get into that later.
yeah. So
I
yeah,
guess we'll go.
starts of the week for fantasy. I'll start at the quarterback position. I'm taking Justin Herbert against Houston. This is an absolute smash spot. I mean, Houston blows ass. Herbert does not blow ass. Herbert's pretty good. Um, yeah, they think he gets. I don't think his receivers were out last game, but I mean they're
No,
pretty
he
much
had him
healthy.
back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but
He had him back.
yeah,
I mean, they lost Parnum, but
yeah,
that's. I mean,
that's
hopefully he
unfortunate.
gets
But
better. But I
yeah,
mean,
I didn't even see anything after what happened. Unfortunate what
no,
happened, but
I don't know.
for sure. So who you got at
They
quarterback?
might not have Eckler. We'll see. He was on the COVID list, but he's not on the
It's
COVID
I mean
list.
it's Houston. I don't see any problems with this game. So
I don't know. I really don't know. Quarterback. Oh man, I don't want to do this because it's been I've been so biased and I've been talking about him all year because I've jumped on the bandwagon. Oh, I'm just gonna change my pick. I'm not even gonna say this one. I don't want to jinx him. I don't want to jinx him at all. But um, honestly, I I got fucking. I'm doing it. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. I'm
they play the
sorry.
Giants, right?
Jalen Hurts, but if I had to go somewhere else, I'd ride the Stafford train again. I mean, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hurts does play the Giants. I like him to bounce back, partially because he's just carrying me in my fucking main league right now. But I'll go Stafford. I'm gonna say my pick Stafford
All right.
because against Minnesota's
Their
secondary
secondary is awful. It's just going to be a
horrible.
shootout against everybody they play. To be honest
Yeah,
with you.
they're so bad, and
Yeah.
Stafford has been putting up good numbers. I'm gonna go Stafford.
Okay. Fair enough. For running backs, I got Javante against the Raiders. He's really been popping off the last couple of weeks. And
Yes.
I wouldn't even. I mean, he's probably in your lineup if you have him, so I wouldn't even consider this to be like a start of the week kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but
But he's turning into like a really high end RB2 that you can trust in and out every week. If Melvin
yeah,
Gordon is gone next year, I mean, he's an insta lock for a top 10 RB1, honestly.
sure,
Especially, I mean, with the receivers being lackluster this year, and that's just having to
yeah.
depend more on the run game, even more.
And their line keeps improving.
Yeah, they really do. They got some solid blockers up front. Yes, I really like
I
Javante.
mean, like Garrett.
Not only for this week, but I really like Javante for the future.
Yeah, I agree. Running back, you're gonna hate this, but looks like is the top two guys in this offense are gonna be out. So someone's gonna get the ball, and when he's the limited work he's had with the ball, he's done well. Truthfully, is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they got to get the ball to someone. They got to get the ball to someone. Assuming
It's just not good.
this would change. I mean, you can't just say he's not good, but his numbers are fine. He just doesn't get the ball enough. But this week it may be the case. It's a good matchup. Pittsburgh's run defense isn't very good.
Yeah.
They've been giving up a decent amount of points to running backs this year, as we've seen with like even Alex Collins on that Sunday night game had like 17, 18 fantasy points. I like Clyde. I think he's going to get a couple more catches with those guys out, make it easy for Mahomes because I just don't trust Byron Pringle. I don't trust Hardman. I don't trust. I think some of those guys might even be out. Make it easy for Mahomes. Give Clyde the ball. I expect Clyde to have pretty much 20 touches this game, assuming Hill and Kelsey don't play. And even if one of them doesn't play, it's still just more volume that should
And
go to
assuming
Clyde.
that they're winning too.
Either
I don't
way, I
think
mean,
there's gonna be a
even
problem
if
for
they're
them, but
no, but even if they're down, I mean, because this game's in Pittsburgh, I just wouldn't be absolutely shocked if Pittsburgh won this game. Even if they're down, Clyde's their best receiving back. I like Clyde in that spot there.
okay. So at receivers, I got AB. He's coming back. Literally everybody in the offense is hurt. I mean, he's coming back as Godwin and Evans are walking out the door. They got Gronk there still, but I mean, AB is their main vertical threat
Right.
now. He
Yep.
was amazing in pretty much every game he's played this year when he's actually been on the field. I expect him to pick right up where he left off, honestly. if he does in fact play, which I think he's pretty much
Yeah.
going to at this point. And there
Yep.
was beat reporters coming out saying he looks even better than he was before in the season. So I really like
Hmm.
AB this week. Tough matchup against Carolina, but you got Tom Brady throwing the ball. I really don't think it matters. So
No. Wide receiver. I have. He's bouncing back after his one catch game. Jamar Chase.
I
Has
like
to.
that pick.
He just has to. He just has
I
to.
almost put him in the DFS lineup.
Yeah, he just has to bounce back
He
after
has to
that
bounce back at some point.
abysmal game.
Baltimore secondary's banged up. I like that pick a lot, actually.
Yeah, I'm going Jamar Chase.
Granted, he's probably already in your lineup, but who
Right,
knows?
but
So
there might be people who are just turned off after if you somehow squeaked out your fantasy playoff matchup with him only getting like a point.
yeah,
So
that's true. True.
maybe be turned off by him. What is on my computer? um,
Yeah.
maybe turned off by him a little bit. But I would ride out the Jamar Chase train if you somehow squeaked out your matchup, or even in a league where maybe you lost and
Hmm.
you're still playing for something at the end of the year
Or
here.
if you're in a
to
four-man league and your wide receivers are Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, and Tyreek Hill.
well, then you may need to play Jamar Chase because Tyreek Hill might be out. So
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
there are scenarios.
But yeah,
where,
so
yes.
tight end wise, it's actually like if you're still in the playoffs and your tight end like sucks, I doubt he's available on your waiver wire. But Dallas Goedert, I like Dallas Goedert a lot this week. He's playing against the
Yeah.
Giants, so it stacks with your Jalen Hurts pick.
Yes.
Devontae Smith has been such a hit or miss as far as like getting targets and
I would
producing.
say it
I
hasn't
think that
necessarily
Goddard
been
has been
his
way
fault.
safer this entire season. He has a solid floor.
Yeah, I mean I like Goddard. As someone who traded him away in my one league that I played against him in last night and was shitting my pants most of that game until Jalen Hurts threw the pass to Greg Ward. I mean, I was the biggest Jalen Hurts fan in America last night.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying, but I love Goddard overall, and it would have really hurt if Dallas Goddard beat me because I traded him to this guy that had that I was playing. So, but yeah, I like Dallas Goddard and dynasty guys because I'm a dynasty Dallas Goddard owner. He signed a new contract extension. Just saying, with the Eagles, so you should be pretty happy about that.
Oh yeah.
And especially if Hurts keeps this up, throwing the ball to him. I mean, their chemistry is only going to get better. I know he had a couple drops yesterday, but in that fluky drop at the beginning of the game. Tight end, Kyle Pitts. He is due. He is due.
He is
He
due.
is so beyond due. He only
Had a
has
good
one
matchup
touchdown
this week.
against Detroit. He only has one touchdown, and it wasn't even in America.
It wasn't even in America.
It wasn't. He's still. I mean, a lot of people have been like disappointed in him, but
He's like tight end 5 though.
He's. I don't remember what he's ranked fantasy wise, but like in terms of yardage, he's third in yards. He's tied with Kittle. And granted, Kittle's a monster, and he missed time, but Kittle's had like a damn near 200-yard receiving game. Kyle Pitts has not had that, but Pitts, I think he's due in this matchup. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Atlanta blows the doors off him after getting embarrassed by freaking who they play, the Niners, and Detroit had the biggest win in maybe the history of the Detroit Lions in the last 5 years. So
you're giving me a lot of confidence for the league that I'm still in the playoffs in because I have Jalen Hurts, I have Kyle Pitts.
I have them
both. You're giving me a lot of confidence. So
I know I like Pitts.
Hopefully we meet in the finals in that league because I think that I play Dylan and you play the other side of the bracket.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So if that happens, then you meet me in the finals.
Side note for those of you that have been slightly keeping up with this league, we've talked about it a little bit. I am undefeated.
Yeah, I know. So you're bound to lose at some point.
Damn near unheard of in fantasy football. But not only am I undefeated, I'm averaging it. I have 2,000 points like on the nose over 15 weeks.
Imagine when you get taken out by the last seed in the championship. Who's me?
I mean, I'm averaging
6-8.
I'm averaging 130 a game, and this is a 2 QB league. My quarterbacks this year have consisted of variations of like Taylor Heineke, Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill. I started Davis Mills last week. Trevor Lawrence. I've played Jimmy G a couple times. I played Zach Wilson one game. I mean, it has been an absolute. I played Trevor Siemian. I've started every single Saints quarterback this year. It's been a shit show, but Cooper Kupp, Mark Andrews, and Austin Eckler, and Deontay Johnson here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I drafted Calvin Ridley in like the 3rd round. It's been an interesting year for me, and somehow I've managed to stay undefeated because of how good some of these other guys have been. I had Kamara out for a month.
One thing I will say in that league, I'm getting AJ Brown back.
Eventually. Yeah,
Well,
I don't
this
think
week,
he's coming back.
this week.
I don't know. I saw he walked through. I don't know if he's coming back for sure, but I think he'll be back the following week. And then
So
Julio's out again,
yeah, exactly. So at the latest, I'll have him for the championship if I win this week. But
assuming
I
you
mean,
win. Yeah.
I truly don't know how my team is that bad in that league. I
Yeah, but I mean,
have
if
a
you're still
good team. I have Lamar
survivable.
and Jalen Hurts. I have
Yeah.
Zeke and Cordell Patterson. I had AJ Brown. My receivers are weak, but I had Kyle Pitts. And then I had Ayuk, Mooney, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. So I mean, my wide receivers were
Yeah. I
bad at the
mean,
beginning of the year. They've been
I
picking
just
up. I just don't know how I'm 6-8. I really don't.
it dumb because the funny thing is everyone was fucking shitting on me after my quarterbacks because kept missing on quarterbacks in the draft, like they were the
Because
ones I
you kept
wanted.
getting sniped.
Like I
Yeah.
just kept getting sniped and sniped and sniped. I'm like, I ended up like James Winston was the first one I took. I've had the Saints QBs, all three of them. I've had the two fucking Texans QBs. I've had Heineke. I've had both Trey Lance and Jimmy G. I started, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's been interesting. It's
So
been like I said, I started
yeah,
Zach Wilson one week. I started Mike White one week. I mean,
yeah.
it's
Real quick though,
any bad team you could think
our
of.
sleepers for start of the week. Mine's I got two. So
Oh,
I got a Foreman from the Titans and I got Michael Carter
hmm
from the Jets. Um,
okay.
just real quick, just saying.
Oh, Carter is back. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
he is
right.
back. So I got those two for my sleepers this week. What do you got as
Sleeper picks
sleepers?
for me this week. I'm gonna go. I can't say this one name because he's kind of burned me every time I've said him. So I'm gonna stay away from him. I'm not even gonna mention his name. I got Justin. I got Justin Jackson if Eckler sits out
Okay.
against Houston, and then because he still had 13 carries, he led the team carries last week with Eckler on the field. He's
Yeah.
not as good as receivers Eckler, but he had 13 carries. He fumbled the ball in the end zone. Like, or no, was that? No, that was Joe Kelly. No, it wasn't Justin Jackson. Joe Kelly's the one who fumbled
Josh
the ball
Kelly.
diving.
Josh Kelly.
Joe Kelly, Josh Kelly, Joe Kelly. Shout out Joe Kelly, Dodgers. Um, and then I'm looking at my note here. It's kind of crazy again. I got a Tua against. I'm sorry, not Tua. Who the frick did the Bears play?
Seattle.
Yes, Justin Fields.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know why my mind went Tua because Tua
Yep.
was my pick, one of my picks last week.
Gotcha. So yeah,
But I got Fields.
let's hop into the DFS though because we're falling a little bit behind. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
those are the sleepers for this week. And actually, our DFS lineups are pretty similar this week. I will
I
say.
know.
But
No.
at the quarterback position, I think he's way too cheap right now. At 5,900 against Baltimore, I
Joe Burr.
got Joe Burr. Got Joe Burr. I mean,
Yeah,
Baltimore's
he's a beast.
secondary is awful, and they're giving up the
He
26th
smoked.
ranked
He did.
against QBs this week.
Yeah,
This
and
year.
he did smoke him last time.
Exactly.
He did a good game against him last time.
So I like
got,
Joe Burt. I got Joe.
I
Burt.
got this guy.
You got. You got.
He's
Joe
my guy.
Burks.
I'm just riding the train.
I
Riding
don't
the wagon
blame you.
train.
Honestly,
No,
he's
dude,
he's
his
helping
rushing
me.
upside
He's
is
helping me
insane.
win a championship.
His rushing upside is insane. Insane. His
Yeah.
rushing upside. And on top of it, he's throwing the ball. He
Yeah.
looked good. He looked really good. That extra 2 days definitely helped.
Yeah.
I mean, even half of his incompletions were drops. Like, just flat out drops. His
Absolutely.
interception was nowhere near his fault. It was a freaky fluke play. He looked good.
What's his price?
6,400.
It's not bad.
Still not bad.
Honestly, not bad.
I mean, that's pretty cheap for
Yeah.
a guy with that much rushing upside. Considering Lamar Jackson's like almost, I mean, Lamar's in the sevens. So,
Yeah.
and Tyler Huntley was in the sixes. And Tyler Huntley might not even play this week.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
So-
it's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. So at my first running back position, at 5,700, another guy who's like he's fallen down a little bit in the salary, especially against such a good matchup this week against Seattle. But I got David Montgomery.
Yeah, I mean, he's cheap. My problem with Montgomery, everyone's been hyping him up. He's all right. I don't hate David Montgomery. He was one of these like, oh, go trade for David Montgomery. He's gonna play David Montgomery. He's gonna have these great matchups. He hasn't done anything in all these good matchups. So
Yeah.
disappointing.
He's
He's-
due. He's due. He's due.
He just hasn't done anything in any of these matchups.
I just like him because
cool.
he's he's a solid high RB2 and he's 5,700.
Yeah,
So
I got your start, Javante, at 6,100 against
Fair
the
enough.
Raiders.
fair enough.
Great price.
Yeah.
Great price. Denver should be a smash, but that's another bet. I haven't even looked at the line on that one. I probably love Denver.
It's
This
only
week.
1.5. 1.5.
Oh, give me the Broncos. Give me the Broncos at
And
home. I
I
believe.
think they might be favored 1.5. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, give me the Broncos. I mean, same thing. I talked about him a couple weeks ago. Like after the Chargers came off that big emotional win. Granted, this is just an emotional angle. It might bite me in the butt, but Darren Waller still might be out for them,
Yeah.
and the Raiders defense isn't good. So that's another betting pick I like. But regardless, I got Javante 6100.
All right, cool. So at 6,700, I believe,
We
so
both have
1,000
we both
more
have this
than
guy.
Montgomery. We both have Cordell Patterson playing the
Yeah,
Detroit Lions. Um,
he's gonna bounce
he's
back.
gonna
After
bounce
that game.
back. Detroit's ass. Patterson's not ass. So
Yeah. Well, our next two guys.
yeah,
Both,
those three picks are all the same
yeah,
person.
we have
both
AB at 49.
Yep. If 4,900 is way
Uh,
too cheap, even coming back from injury, way too cheap. Way
well,
too
I mean, yeah, because odds are Mike Evans sits out. Godwin's
Exactly.
out for the year.
Exactly.
Gronk's still banged
And
up.
he was already in a
And Lenny's out.
an elite wide receiver one when
He
he
was
was on the field.
Yeah,
He was
playing
getting
very
25
well.
points a game.
And then we got Cooper Kupp, who's been the best player in fantasy football.
Yep, 9,100. I mean,
9,100. It's just so worth it.
plus he's against Minnesota, probably the worst secondary in football.
He's just gonna drop 30. I'm guaranteeing. I'm literally just, unless he gets hurt, I'm guaranteeing Cooper Kupp drops 30 points this week. He's going to have 9 catches, 90 to 100 yards, and probably a touchdown.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
I mean, whatever it takes for him to get 30 points. He'll have it. And then, well, you have this guy as well. I'll just get into him.
Yeah,
I have
so
Josh.
Flex. Yeah, we'll do the
I have
flex
Josh
before we do
Reynolds is my third receiver. I have Josh Reynolds at
4,600. He's actually settling himself into like a number one role as far as like
he's Jared Goff's favorite target.
Exactly.
I mean, Amon-Ra had a good game last week too. He had like 23.
Yeah, but
points,
Reynolds had like 18.
But Reynolds has been so consistent. Even he's been double digits the 3-4 weeks he's been there.
He's been solid. He's getting targets. Granted,
him and Goff
he's got Goff thrown to him, but I mean,
him and Goff had good chemistry in LA, and it's kind of transitioned over to Detroit.
True.
I still think they lose, but
yeah, obviously.
Atlanta's a bad defense too. Atlanta's a bad defense too, and this game could like be a crappy shootout if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then go to your wide receiver 3 because Reynolds is my wide receiver 3.
I have DK Metcalf at 6,400. Yes, he's not producing right now, but last game without Tyler Lockett, he had 12 targets and he only caught 6 of them. Okay, because Russ was still so.
Russell Wilson probably should just not be playing right now.
He just doesn't look the same right now. Like you could tell. It's
that mallet finger.
It's just
that mallet finger is just But he probably should not be playing.
The Bears have been giving up some big games to wide receivers lately. DK's due for a bounce back game. He hasn't caught a touchdown in like 5 weeks since Geno Smith's been playing. Okay.
Yeah.
They're bound to connect on a deep one. I think DK has a really big bounce back week this week. Plus at 6,400 to lock up an elite wide receiver like DK Metcalf, I would go for it every time.
Yeah. Tight end, I went cheap. I got Jared Cook 3.5. I mean, part of that is like the Parham injury. Granted, not that Parham was stealing much work to begin with, and not that Cook's been amazing. He's been okay in spot starts and stuff like that, but Eckler might sit out. Cook might be their. Is it weird to say Cook might be their best red zone threat? I don't know.
No, I would still say Mike Williams just because. I mean,
it's tough, but
it's tough.
It's a good matchup, and he's cheap. So
yeah,
I always punt tight end generally.
I went with Pat Freiermuth. He's really cheap right now. He's 4,300. Chiefs are 21st against the tight end position. Once I kind of had to punt these last two positions with my tight end, my flex defense. We
went expensive.
We went expensive at the top here, but I like Freiermuth this week.
And then my flex, I got my running back start of the week, Clyde, at 5,800. I mean,
I already said I had Josh Reynolds here, so
$100 more than Montgomery. And then defenses, we went AFC South.
Yes, I went the Texans again. I just had to punt. I just don't. I don't think anything is going to happen with the Texans. I just hope they don't get negative points. But
I got the Jags against the Jets. I mean, I'm
not defending my pick or anything. This is awful. I said I had to punt.
Which rookie QB is going to throw more picks in this game? Exactly. Wilson or Lawrence? I'm like, fuck it, I'll go with Wilson. I don't know. I think Lawrence just might, with Urban being gone, Lawrence just might have some like bonkers games here. It was like, all right, this is why this kid was the first pick. You never know.
Maybe.
So I'm going Jags.
Yeah, so that'll do it for the fourth and long shots episode. So the other episode this week, we're going to talk about the NFL playoffs, current situations, scenarios. We're going to give our predictions about who gets in, so stay
Hmm.
tuned for that. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in a couple minutes with the other video.